Marlon, how are you?
Very good, man. Very good. Very happy.
Yeah.
And pleasure to be here one more time with you.
The pleasure is ours. Congratulations. Would you say, Marlon, that was the most vicious knockout of your career? You've had great knockouts, you've had great finishes, but that one seemed to be on a whole different level. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, man. That one was scary, even for me. That was one of the, I think, was my biggest knockout in my whole career.
Was it hard to enjoy the knockout? Because it seemed, as you just said, it was scary. And it seemed like even when they were talking to you after the fact, Paul Felder, it seemed like your attention was on Aljamain. I thought the UFC did a very poor job of not giving us an update on Aljamain, not even, forget about showing him on camera getting carted off, just telling us how he's feeling. You were very compassionate. You seemed worried. Was it hard to enjoy the victory because he was out on the mat for quite some time?
Yeah, first of all, we always wanna promote. We wanna talk about the performance, how good we are, how good is our team. Thanks everybody. But when something like that happen, you forget about anything else. You just worry about your the another human being right there with you. The guy that share the same passion as you, the guy that fights, and we know his team and everything. And I felt like shocked, I didn't know what to say. I was just worried about him, and was kind of hard, man, to enjoy.
Did you backstage try to find him, get an update, try to speak to him at all?
I could not find him. He went to the hospital, but I saw him the next day. We hug each other. We are training. We train. We have the same career. I can hate the guy. He never done anything against me. He just want the same thing I want. He want to be a champion, and I want to be a champion. And we cross paths. But now we move forward. He keep his career, I keep mine. And like you said, man, about the UFC, it's I don't want to judge the UFC, but it's kind of hard, man. What to do, man? That wasn't easy to see, man. That wasn't something that people want to see home, man. He wasn't okay,
Sure.
And people right there, my coaches don't want to look at him, That was a little bit scary, man. And I really understand the UFC pointing, not showing him, and like I think they want to make sure he was right first. That wasn't nice, and my family don't want to see me like that. If I was on his spot, I didn't want people to see me. I want to keep like on a side. I don't know. I think they did right.
But Marlon, you know that this is a reality of the sport, and it's a very dangerous and violent sport. And in the NFL, when someone gets hurt and seriously injured, like we saw last week in the NFL, we get an update on how he's feeling. I'm not saying put a camera on the guy, but at least tell the audience. They didn't even tell us that he was carted out. They didn't tell us afterwards that he was walking. They didn't tell us that he went to the hospital. We got no update. He was swept under the rug, and there was a pay-per-view commercial that aired. So all I'm saying is I don't need to glorify it, but as a viewer, I'm worried about him, and I see the look on your face. You seem worried about him. It's nice to get some kind of update on how he's feeling. Just something, some acknowledgement that we actually care about the health and safety of these fighters.
Yeah, man, but something like that's hard to predict. We don't know that's gonna happen, and I think they got caught. They didn't know what to do. I'm not saying they were right. I'm not saying they were wrong. I'm just saying they were not ready for.
Sure. I don't know about not ready, just because we've seen bad knockouts in the UFC before. I just wanted an update. That's all. And they certainly have a lot of time to update us.
I've been in one time, maybe 10 years ago, I was in Brazil, and something like that happened to Edson Barbosa's opponent, but that was a head kick. But man, the guy didn't come back like for half hour, like crazy,
Right.
And man, it's just scary. And I think this one was on the same level or maybe worse. I never see anything like that in my life. I start fight. I was 9 years old. I've been in a lot of kickboxing tournaments, MMA, but man, that was very scary.
Does it make you feel weird? Like, does it? I don't know. Does it turn you off a little bit? I mean, this could happen to anyone, right? It could happen to you. It could happen to the next guy. It could happen to a teammate. Does it make you feel a little uncomfortable?
I felt uncomfortable, but like you just said, man, when we walk through a cage, that's a cage fighting, you know. He want to do that to me. He want to knock me out.
Yeah.
So I gotta be first. I gotta do it, you know.
I understand. It is a reality of the sport, and that's why I say I think the UFC should be ready for something like that, at least to give an update. But alas, I digress. I'm curious about the finish because you were very honest about the finish. You said that you were actually trying to kick him, but you landed the knee. So in your opinion, how did that happen? Did you just catch him early, or did you adjust in midair? Explain how that happened.
Man, that kick, it turns into a knee because guys, the wrestlers, they shoot below the level and they go through your knee. And I catch some guys with that kick before training, and Ricardo always tell me, man, you gotta watch Takanori Gom fight with Half. He catch Half with that kick, you know. And Ricardo always tell me, and like, man, it's hard to do, you know, like throw the knee. And he like, man, you just gotta land the kick. You don't have to throw a knee. You just kick, you know. If you kick, he might run through your knee, you know. Not saying he said for this fight, but we work it, you know. I done before, and it wasn't luck. It's training. It's hard work, you know. And I catch him.
Do you feel like now the UFC career starts? The debut I know was frustrating. Some people even thought you won. It was a close fight against Rafael Sunsao. The next fight was close, but now this is a phenomenal finish against a very highly regarded opponent, top-ranked opponent. Now do you feel like, okay, now everyone's looking at me, now I can go on my run in the UFC?
Not just because the finish, you know, because of everything, all the fight week, how I felt, how I walked through the cage, how I start the fight, you know, dictating my pace, showing my speed, my power, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu. And in just a minute, I was able to show a lot of things, you know, and I have so much more to show. And that the power and that I finish him, the kick I landed, you know, it's everything, you know. I have everything. I just have to live in there. And from now, you know, I think I feel like I'm ready, you know. I think now I can definitely perform right in the UFC and do what I know.
Did it take some time, like looking back, do you feel like maybe you were a little nervous? We hear about octagon jitters, things like that. Do you feel like that was the case in the debut a few months back?
No, I was way more nervous in this fight than on my debut, you know.
Really? Why?
We need that, you know. We need to. You can't walk in there like so relaxed and feeling like you're going in for a date. You're not going for a date. You're going for a fight, you know. This guy's gonna try to kill me, you know. And you gotta be on, you know. Like Eddie said, I have to face my fears to show how tough I am, you know. I have a kid, you know. I have to prove to my son how tough I am. And I have these guys, you know, Eddie, Frankie. I look up to these guys, and I want to be like them. And when I walk in there, I want to be me, but I want to have a little bit of these guys in me, you know. And I'm very thankful and blessed to have such warriors in my life, you know.
I was blown away by your post-fight interview after your last win. It's one thing to call an opponent out, but you were pleading to get Jimmie Rivera. You were saying, please, I mean, the tone of your voice, you really wanted to fight this guy. It's not happening now. It could happen in the future, but why were you so like you're so hyped about fighting him, the possibility of fighting him? Why did you want that fight so much? What is it about Jimmie Rivera that got you so worked up?
It's about Jimmie Rivera, but man, it's about this thing about UFC now, man. These guys like picking opponents and saying like, oh, I'm about to fight for the title, you know. I want to fight this guy because if I beat this guy, I'm there for the title, or I am the guy for the title. Man, just fight everybody, you know. You just don't give a fuck, you know. Go there and fight whatever you want, you know. Keep winning. If you keep winning, you're gonna get your chance. And Jim, that's a guy that I was offered to him before. I'm just a man, you know. Man, just go there and fight me, you know. You gotta fight. You have to, you know. And he doesn't have opponent. And I said, man, that's me, you know. That's my chance. That's my time. And that's the reason, you know. I feel like guys keep picking opponents, and I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna fight everybody, and hopefully I can fight the winner, Jimmie Rivera and John Lineker.
Is that what you want next? Do you want the winner of that fight?
Yeah, I want the winner, you know. I want to fight one of them, and man, I really just want to keep fighting. I want to fight somebody ahead of me. I think that fight is going to be a very entertaining fight, and I want to take the winner.
Who do you think wins?
I think if they stand and brawl Lineker, if Jimmie Rivera is smart and dictate his pace, mix it up, he's gonna win. I think Jimmie Rivera got edge, but he gotta be smart on the feet to not get hit because Lineker got the power. Lineker can finish him.
Okay. By the way, I mentioned this at the top. Your team, the Ricardo Almeida / Mark Henry team, you guys are on a roll as of late. What you did on Saturday, what Eddie Alvarez did, Zabit is killing it thus far. We're expecting Frankie to get a title shot. What's the mood like with the team these days? Why are things clicking the way they are?
Man, we work hard, we help each other, and we just want to see each other succeed, and I was very happy for Eddie performance. I was very happy for Timur performance at the Pro Fight League. I was very happy, man, with all of these guys. I was happy for Corey. Corey was doing good against Sampru, it was a tough fight, the big guy, and our team work hard, man. We train hard. We don't bullshit. We don't talk shit. We go out there and we do shit, and that's it.
I like it. Congratulations, Marlon. Good to talk to you. All the best to you. And I hope that you get that fight that you want, the winner of Jimmie Rivera and John Lineker. That's a great fight.
Thank you so much, man. I want to thank all my team, Mark, Henry, Ricardo Almeida, Anderson, Frankie, and you guys are the best. Ali Abdelaziz all week helping me out, cut weight, holding pads. Man, this guy's not a manager, This guy's a training partner, and I'm very happy and blessed to have a guy like that, Thank you, Ariel, and you guys the best, man.
All the best. We'll talk to you soon, Marlon. Thank you. There he is, Marlon Moraes, one of the top contenders in the 135-pound division.